Hey everybody, welcome back. So today is apparently VHS day, which I guess every day seems to be some day for something, but this one seems like kind of a fun one. So I just wanted to take a moment to sort of honor a format that I think a lot of us sort of grew up on and definitely have a lot of nostalgia for and I think appreciation for, especially when you look back on the history of VHS. But if you go back to the sort of dawn of what we knew as home video, that goes back to about Andre Blais came up with the idea of creating tapes that people could have in their home of movies and stuff that they could watch. Even though it was technically already being done with like 8mm film that you could get, but those were, a lot of times those were sort of edited down versions because they couldn't be overly long. So they're almost like, you get like 30-minute versions of movies or something. Home video allowed you to actually have like the movie at home that you could watch. And as someone who also did, when I was really young, obviously I grew up with VHS as well. Now, luckily, I do actually still have a lot of VHS that I've had from when I was a kid or that my family had that luckily never got thrown out. And then some I've tracked down over the years. So I figured I'd just real quick, wasn't able to find all the ones I wanted to showcase. Some of them, unfortunately, are still packed. Believe it or not, from the move, 2 years later, I'm still unpacking stuff. But I was able to at least pick out a couple ones that really do mean something special for me. So in honor of VHS Day, here are some of my personal favorite VHS tapes that I have in my collection. So to start off, I'm actually going to do three that were not mine for when I was a kid, but ones I've actually tracked down in the last couple of years that mean something to me. So first up is one that I've mentioned a couple times that is very special to me, and this is actually an original Meta tape of Laser Blast. Now this means a lot to me personally. I was so happy when I actually found a copy of this on VHS, and it actually still very good condition considering it's the old Meta copy. Now what makes Laser Blast so special is that when I was a kid at the video store, I remember it was one of the first movies I rented that wasn't like a kid's film. So it means a lot to me personally. So I was really happy when I was able to track down an original VHS copy. Next up, we'll come to no surprise to any of you, and that is Halloween 3 on VHS. Now, this is an original, I believe, first release because it's the MCA video cassette 1, and that's really what I've been looking for a long time, was like the first release one. For some of these, these mean a lot, and I don't know, I got it sort of stuck in my head that I really wanted first release films of some of my favorite movies. And this next one will also not surprise any of you, and I was so happy to get to find one of these, and that is obviously for Dawn of the Dead. And when I was a kid, this is the version that I rented of Dawn of the Dead, the Thorn EMI video release. So this is why this one specifically was so special to me, and I was really happy when I tracked down a copy of this. And the next couple are actually ones I've had since I was a kid that luckily I still have to this day. So first up is my copy of Escape from New York, which again is the one I've had since I was a kid. Now this is the Nelson Entertainment one, so it's not a first release, which I would like to get one day if possible. Another one that was really special to me as a kid, Fangoria's Weekend of Horrors cassette. And this is something, because when I was a kid, and you sort of heard about conventions and stuff, didn't really know what to make of it. Like, it sounded awesome, but when you're a kid, your imagination sort of has one idea. And this was about as close to, experiencing a convention as I got for many, many, many years. The next three are really, really special to me. The first one is, they're all special to me, but so the first one is my original VHS of Fright Night, and this is, again, first release. This is the one that is in, sort of the closed case that Columbia Pictures did at the time. The next two are media releases. So the first one is the media release of Nightmare on Elm Street. You can tell it still has the price sticker on it to this day. There's the back real quick, and the side. And again, this is one where, I saved my allowance and bought it for $20. It took, I think about a month or so to save up money for it. And I remember being so excited when I was able to go and finally buy it. And then another one that I had, the same thing, where I saved up my allowance and was able to buy the original VHS back when they didn't really care who bought it, as long as somebody bought it. And that is the original media copy of Halloween. Not Meta, but media. And there's the back. You know, and again, these are the old media ones that, you know, they were enclosed on all sides. And the thing about this one is the tape, I watched this so much that the tape actually snapped, so it's actually not connected anymore, which is kind of a shame, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. I'm not getting rid of it. And then finally, a really big deal to me, and this is an original VHS of George Romero's Creepshow in the clamshell. I've had this since I was a kid. This means so much to me. I'm so happy I still have it to this day. In fact, you can tell, let me look how faded this sticker is on the inside there. And again, this is my copy. This is the one. I took so much pleading and stuff, and my parents were like, you've got to be crazy. We're not going to buy you that movie. But again, they were buying my sister a movie at the time. They had to buy both of us a movie in order to be fair. Yeah, so mine was Creepshow. So that was it. I just wanted to share some of those. There's a lot more I wish I could go through. At some point, I really want to have kind of a really cool setup with a lot of the VHS tapes that I have. I sort of want to just have in one room, just sort of part of a wall set up, almost like a mini video store setup. Can't seem to find the right shelving for it, so I don't know. I'm going to keep looking because I really want a specific kind of shelving look. But I just wanted to share these with you guys, so definitely let me know if you have any good memories of VHS, and if you still have some, or if you still collect some. A lot of collectors out there, so yeah, definitely let me know. So as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one, and happy VHS Day.